Hi yogis, I'm Auntie Sarah and we are here to share a Keiki Yoga session with you. These are my kiddos.
Henley.
And
I'm Jack.
And we are going to share a practice with you. We would love for you to start out by getting a few supplies. First thing that you'll need is a small stuffed animal, no bigger than your chest. So something like these guys have. It's a small stuffed animal for the end of the practice. The second thing that you'll need is a yoga mat or a blanket or a towel to use. If you are on a hard surface, so not a carpeted surface, and you don't have a yoga mat, please don't use a blanket or a towel and just remove your socks so that you're safe. So we're going to wait just a few moments and allow you to get the supplies that you need. We can sit in our space now. Now that you're back with your supplies that you need, put your animal behind you, your stuffed toy behind you, and choose a yoga seat that feels best for your body. You can choose full lotus pose where you have your feet both lifted on top of your lap. You can choose half lotus pose like Henley has chosen, just one foot on top and the other beneath. Or you can choose hero's pose like Jack, where he's sitting on top of both of his heels, his knees are bent. So choose the one that feels best for you. And then take your fingers into the OK position. So index finger and thumb come together like this. We will use this for our mantra at the beginning of our class. So we can bring those fingers in together to make sure that you're seeing clearly. You can get crazy and look around, or maybe switch those around. And then when you're ready, allowing the hands to come down onto the knees, but keeping that connection of index finger and thumb. So our mantra in Keiki Yoga is peace begins with me. And we recite this mantra while we rotate connection with each of the fingers. So it's peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Keep going. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Allow the eyes to close. Peace begins with me. 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 So good. You can use that mantra, peace begins with me, or any other 4 words that you find peace and calm using, and rotate those through your mantra at any point in time that you feel like you need to feel peace, calm in your body or in your mind. It's a really nice tool to have. Because some of our friends have not participated in Keiki Yoga before, this first video will be more of an instruction, so a review for some of our friends who have been practicing yoga with us for quite a bit of time. And then our next videos, we can get a little bit more in depth. So my idea behind this series, since we can't be practicing together right now, will be to introduce a handful of new postures, poses, or asanas in each of the videos, and then we'll use those to create a story through movement and flow through those asanas or those poses. So the shapes that we'll go through today, the first one will be cat pose. In cat pose, you make your way into like a tabletop position. In cat pose, your belly button is tucked tight into your spine and your chin is tucked tight into your chest. You're thinking about strength as you press into the palms of your hands into the mat and the back rounds like a Halloween cat. The next next shape is cow pose. In cow, you allow the belly to drop and the chest to rise, thinking about this sensation of length. So lengthening from the pelvis all the way up to the collarbone. Maybe you even drop your head back here and feel a little compression in the low back. And you breathe here for a moment in cow. The next shape that we'll learn is called plow pose. So in plow, you'll get onto your back, all the way onto the back. You're gonna lift your legs straight up into the sky. So legs stay straight, no bend in the knees. And then you're gonna keep going with those legs straight back, all the way back, plow pose. See if your feet can touch the wall behind you or maybe the floor behind you. And you're gonna stay there for just a minute, and then to move out of that pose and into our next pose, we're gonna do 3 rocks. So we're gonna go 1 rock, 2 rock, and then on the 3rd rock, you're gonna come all the way up to standing. And in standing pose, we will be in mountain. So feeling a nice firm connection with the feet into the surface that's beneath you. The palms are facing towards. You're standing nice and tall and proud, like a mountain. Our next shape, the last one that we'll be incorporating into our story today, is called tree pose. So you'll choose one foot to plant solid into the mat, and the other foot will either come down below the knee on the inside of the calf, like Henley, or above the knee on the inside of the thigh, like Jack. We like you to avoid placing the foot right on top of the knee joint to help protect your body, right? We don't want you to be injured. If you find this pose to be challenging, that's okay. You can do hard things. If you fall out of this pose, you lose your balance, just come right back into it. And the other thing to mention during kids yoga is that what we do on one side, we must do on the other side. So go ahead and practice that other side now. And you might notice that one side is easier, that you have more ease in one side than the other. That's normal. Just allow that to be what it is, notice it, let go of it, keep coming back and keep trying. Thanks, guys. So we're gonna start, actually we forgot to show you one shape, but I think you may have an idea of what this is. This is our TV watching pose. So we're gonna go through our story. We're gonna be in this easy seat of the legs that feels good for your body. And we're gonna start in TV watching pose, which is legs crossed and hands in front of the body. Maybe your chin rests on your chin. Your chin rests on your hands. Pretending like you're watching TV. When I was a little girl, I lived on a farm, true story, and I liked to watch TV quite a bit, but I only had 2 channels, so I didn't get to watch much of it. Every morning I'd get to put on just a little bit of a show before my mom came in and asked me to do my chores. My chores were going out to the field first to milk the cow, hop into cow pose. Remember, belly down, chest up, cow pose. Feel that nice stretch along your back. Sorry, cow pose. And then move into cat pose. We use that milk from the cow to feed our cat pose. When the cat drank all of the milk, we had to go back to the cow pose, and bring that milk back to the cat pose. When I was done feeding my animals, I had to go out and plow the fields. Tuck your legs, roll your feet all the way behind, plow pose. Breathe there. I plowed and 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 plowed. And when I was done, I had to climb up to the top of a mountain. 1, 2, 3, rock all the way up. 2 and 3, all the way up to mountain pose. Plant firmly in the feet, hands come out to the side, feel tall and strong and stable like a mountain. At the very top of this mountain, there was a tree, one side tree pose. Breathe there. Maybe your hands come to center if that feels good. Maybe you challenge yourself and bring your arms up over your head. And what we do on one side, we must do on the other. So beside that one tree, there was a second tree, opposite side. Hands to heart center if that feels good. If you fall out, that's okay, just come back. And if it feels right, arms come up over your head. And then arms and legs back down by the side. So I would rest in the shade of that tree on the top of the mountain until the sun went down. Our next series will be a flow of what's called sun salutations. And the way that we teach sun salutations in Keiki Yoga is through a cadence of repetition. So we'll start there in mountain pose. I will call out the shapes, and then you will follow me. We'll go very slow the first time, and then Jack will step up to lead one session just a little bit quicker, and then Henley will step up to lead a session even faster to challenge ourselves. So standing firm here in mountain pose, we'll begin by interlacing the thumbs. Interlace your thumbs. Make your hands like a little butterfly. And the first one says butterfly up.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly down.
Butterfly down.
Half lift.
Half lift.
Plank pose.
Plank pose.
Step back. Up dog.
Up dog.
Down dog. Tuck your hips.
Down dog.
Jump up.
Jump up.
And butterfly up.
Butterfly up.
So we'll take that just a bit quicker. Jack will lead and Henley and I will follow his cadence. One more time, just so that you know. It's butterfly up, reach up. Butterfly down, all the way down. You can bend your knees. Your fingertips should touch the floor, so bend your knees if they're not touching the floor yet. Halfway lift is hands onto the knees with a flat back. Plank pose is hands down and you step back into plank push-up position. Up dog, it's pressing into those palms, lifting your heart and your chest through, and your thighs are off of the mat, maybe. And then up dog is pressing weight into those toes and shifting the hips all the way up to the sky. And then of course, step forward and butterfly back up. All right, there we go. So Jack's gonna lead it just a little bit faster, and Henley and I will follow his cadence, and you can do it along with us. Here we go.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly down.
Butterfly down.
Half lift.
Half lift.
Plank pose.
Plank pose.
Up dog.
Up dog.
Down dog.
Down dog.
Jump up.
Jump up.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly up. Woo! Maybe your heart's moving just a little bit faster. Henley's turn to lead. We're gonna go even faster. So get ready. Here we go, butterflies out.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly down.
Butterfly down.
Half lift.
Half lift.
Plank pose.
Plank pose.
Up dog.
Up dog.
Down dog.
Down dog.
Then you jump up.
Jump up.
Butterfly up.
Butterfly up. Woo! That was great. Good job. You can do those sun salutations several times every day. It's a really great way to get a good stretch in your body. And the faster you go, the faster your heart beats. So that's my challenge for you. At least 3 every day. In our last and most important posture of the day, we will make our way onto our back for a magic mat or carpet ride into the secret garden. So here you'll take your bear or stuffed snuggly toy and place it on top of your belly. And then you'll just observe the way that your friend rises and falls gently with your breath. So notice the way that gentle rise and fall of breath happens. Rise and release of breath. And this final resting posture, Shavasana, it's an opportunity for us to slow the body down and just notice sensations, feelings that are happening in the body. Notice thoughts that are racing around the mind. And then we practice just slowing everything down. So notice how, as you become aware of that sensation of your breath, that flow of your breath, rise and fall of your belly and your chest as you breathe, your physical body begins to soften just a little bit. You can release tension from the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. Feel your back release, your thighs, and your calves, and your feet. And for the next several minutes, I'm going to ask you, invite you to use your imagination. Remaining in this very peaceful state of body and mind, begin to imagine that your mat or your blanket, whatever surface you're lying on, begins to turn into a magic carpet. And this magic carpet begins to lift above the space that you're in. Begin to leave the house on this magic carpet. You look down and see your home, your family there. Maybe you begin to move over the school or your city or your town. You see the beach below, the forest below. And then just in the distance, there's a space that you recognize to be your secret garden. This secret garden is a sacred and safe space that you create just for you, that you can visit anytime, day or night, when you feel the need to be at peace and calm in your environment, no matter what the circumstances are. You can always come back to this place. You begin to bring that magic carpet down into the walls of your secret garden. Notice the colors that are around you in that secret space. Notice the sounds. Are there birds chirping, your favorite music playing, sounds of the ocean, sounds of the wind. Notice what you smell. Favorite food, juicy tropical fruits, maybe popcorn popping. Anything you can imagine can be possible here for you in this secret space. Notice the temperature of air on the skin. Of your clothing. And then begin to look around for familiar faces, people or animals that you like to invite into that special space of yours, that secret garden space. Your friends, your family, your pets, maybe. And notice how, as you look around and explore this secret garden, there's really a sense of peace and ease in your body, in your physical body. And continue wandering and using your imagination, exploring all of these spaces available to you in this secret garden, your secret garden. Spend just a few more moments there, taking all of it in, using all of your senses. come back over to that magic carpet that you arrived on. Get safely back on. And begin to move out of your secret garden, knowing that you can visit that space at any point in time. You'll see that space again soon. And tracing your route back through the woods, maybe over the beach, through the city or the town that you live in. And you see your house from up ahead and your family waiting there for you. Begin to descend back home, back into the space where you are practicing yoga today. Notice once again that feeling inside the body, that peaceful, calm feeling in the body, peaceful, calm feeling in your mind. On your next inhale breath, bring both of your arms up over your head. Give yourself this really nice stretch, fingertips to toes, every part of your body stretching and lengthening. And the next time you breathe out, your next exhale breath, hug your knees into your chest. Curl your knees into your chest and give them a nice hug. And then gently rock over to one side of the body. So coming into that kind of fetal type space. Take a breath or two there. And then make your way back up to your preferred yogi seat. Yogi seat that feels best for you. Half lotus, full lotus, hero's pose, crisscross applesauce, whatever feels good for you. Encourage that nice, tall, proud spine. The shoulders come back and down. You sit just a little bit taller for just a few moments. And then you'll bring your hands together in Namaste Mudra. So the meaning of Namaste is that I honor and see and acknowledge the light that is inside of you. And in Keiki Yoga, we know who has the light. So who has the light?
I do.
Who has the light?
You do.
Who has the light?
We all do.
We all have the light. We all have the light, the goodness, the love within each of us. And I honor that goodness and that light and that love that's in you. Thanks for joining us. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.